all the successful men that I know personally, or men that I look up to from a distance even, they all understand the principle of investing. Yeah. Every great leader knows they've got to invest in their teams. To have a great future, you've got to, and to have freedom, you've got to invest either in real estate or in shares or in a business. But particularly when you're get going a little while and you have some success in investing, you start to get a good return. This is what I see the really exceptional leaders, what they do. They continue to invest in themselves. And I've got some great stories. I could talk for hours about men that have invested in me or invested in our programs or invested in other ways to improve themselves. Like I can't help but think of Cheetah, a farmer in New South Wales, had a great little business. And in 12 months, basically went from 800,000 a year to 1.3 million in a year. So an increase of 500,000, which was brilliant. And obviously, well, for me, what stood out, he was working less. So he nearly doubled his money, but was working less by investing, And a lot of people balk at maybe investing in themselves, like, there's programs for $1,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 or $20,000, whatever you invest in, and I would say the more you invest, the more attention you actually pay to getting a return. So great investment. Another story I love, Lloyd, which is a very successful man, whereas, did one of our programs a couple of years ago and then realised his passion. And then, of course, I was always encouraging him to share his passion because others benefited from actually what he was doing. And of course, a business come out of it. I remember the first year, turned over 500,000. So, 2 years in, $1.5 million as a result of investing in himself. Not a bad return, but I mean, one of the best ones, because people are balking and investing at themselves. And I've got to tell you, wealthy men that are doing great things, no, that's the first principle, is to invest in yourself. And I mean, John, I love him, Canadian John. Man, what a legend, this guy. And we're, very successful in certain areas, and within 6 months, increased his business by $2.5 million. Went from 1.6 in 12 months to 6 months the next year, turned over 5 million. So for me, that's a pretty good investment from investing in himself. But the undeveloped man, okay, I'm going to be straight here. The undeveloped man looks at the money that he spends, but the really wealthy men look at the money that it's costing them not to invest, not to increase their wisdom, their knowledge, their network. That's what wealthy men do, opposed to, looking at what it's going to cost you maybe in the short term, but really, it's really going to cost you in the long term. Not to mention, 3 years down the track from what these men are going to do, 5 years, 10 years, goodness me, need I say any more? And I'm saying, maybe, and you're the only one that can answer this, leave me a comment. Are you the man that needs to invest in yourself? Can't wait to hear from you.